Welcome to another film breakdown. Duke beats Michigan State. Jeremy Fears, 0 of 10. Big time win by Duke, 66-60. There's a lot of good stuff in here. A couple of things Duke needs to work on, or individuals need to work on, that I have clipped up. But we're going to start here with this first possession for Duke. I got to hide myself here as Nick Homenia will be in the corner. So let's do that and let's get it going.
I think you had to. I think you take the remnants of what Coach K has set, but then you sprinkle in a little bit of your own personality in the program. Homenia. Ooh, the iron.
So just a really good job. Caleb Foster's just having a really good year doing the little things too. And here's just beating Fears off of this pick and roll, two-man game action with Cam Boozer, but turning the corner, getting downhill. And now look how deep Caleb Foster gets inside the paint. All five guys around him, at least four in the paint, then helps out with Isaiah. They're staying home. And then just leaves a wide open Homenia right here. Just really good job running some point guard by Caleb Foster to start the game for Duke, or right around the start of the game.
That has brought so much attention early on this season. Can't hit that one. Kohler on the offensive glass. Has it taken?
Now, this is a steal for Duke, but this is Gungba. Look, Pat's has had a good year so far, but there's just effort on the defensive end where it needs to get better. Here, gets beat on the boards, right? And then he's just this should have been a foul all day, but I mean, he just shoves his guy. And luckily for Duke, it is a turnover. But, like, you can't be this lazy on defense. You give up an offensive rebound, and then you just shove your guy going baseline. Like, you gotta be better than that.
Tang can't connect. Boozer with a quick outlet. But I like to play Tang. Got at 15 feet right there. Carson Cooper did an excellent job of presenting the screen. Didn't move. Unfortunately, not able to knock it in. Duke returns the favor. Duke shot it.
Duke just was sloppy with the ball to start the game. And you're going to see right here, same kind of thing happens in transition with Isaiah.
Very poorly in their win over Florida at Cameron the other night. So they struggle from the perimeter, and they're really a very good perimeter shooting team. Yet another turnover.
You know, just got to get settled in. Just a couple nervy offensive possessions early, but it didn't kill Duke. They settled in fine, but kind of was to be expected on their first real true road game.
Another open shot by Michigan State. Double team, but Boozer as he got it to the baseline. Foster a fadeaway.
I love that shot for Caleb Foster.
You can do that. Also by Malik Brown. And that's the part Owen Carr's game that he has to expand the confidence to be able to one dribble, get to that 15-foot pull-up. If not, you're steadily trying to get closer to the basket against this long, athletic Duke team. It's going to be tough.
It's a nice, patient play by Isaiah here, just with him and Malik Brown. Just using Malik Brown as a double screen, basically, or a re-screen. Cohen Carr goes under. Okay, let me set up for a screen again by dribbling back to my left. Big-time shot.
No, Isaiah Evans, that's Caden Boozer. That one goes crying off the front rim. Duke with 4 field goals by different guys. Oh!
I mean, just Tim Brando just had to clean up his pants the whole game, but especially there, honestly, rightfully so. Cohen Carr just had a clear path for takeoff. And good floater by Caden Boozer. That's his shot. But Duke transition defense at times has been suspect in their ranked games. And here, Dame Sarr, you got, like, scouting report, baby. Cohen Carr can do one thing and one thing only, and he is excellent at it. And that is him getting lift off, taking off, getting lifting off. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But Cohen Carr, just a freight train here. And Dame is pointing like he's seeing him. He's like, yeah, I got here, because clearly he's not pointing to say somebody take him, because it's just him on that side. And Cohen Carr is a lefty. So it's like, get over there. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to go left. Get over there. that's not good enough. And then you're just beat. And then, unfortunately, Cam Boozer is going to be put on somebody's screensaver because Cohen Carr just jumps out of the gym right here because he has a straight line drive.
But the pickup points for Duke are too low. You're allowing Jeremy Fears to cross underneath the three-point line. The defense is now set on the back line, so you're giving up layups on the back end. Amenya with a three ball.
Amenya was awesome in this game. Awesome. He tied with Cam Boozer for the most minutes on the court for Duke in this game. Just impressive. That's good stuff. And he does a good job here of stopping his cut because guy that's guarding him is going to try and shoot the gap or shoot over Malik Brown. So Nick Amenya stops his cut, stays behind Malik Brown, and uses Malik Brown standing straight up as a screen, knocks it down. And I wish in this clip it had Tim Brando saying that Michigan State was on one of their patented runs. They were on a 6-0 run from a 13-5 lead to 13-11, and then Nick Amenya hits this three to end that just patented 6-0 run.
On the wing, Boozer with a tap out, but it goes right into the hands of Kohler. And Ode Devine is in that backcourt now, number 99. Ugo Chukwu. That's his spot.
Look, Kohler killed Duke in the first half on threes, and pick and pop was killing Duke as Gungba here is in drop coverage. And you know, Duke got out of that coverage in the second half, but I'm just not really sure like if that was the right assignment or like, you know, what they're trying to accomplish with the drop coverage. You know, you still got help with this offensive player going downhill. I can't think of it. Scott maybe has his ball. Like Darren Harris is going over this screen, say that, you know, Pat Gungba is lifted higher to where he can get out to the pick and pop. You got help side with Foster and Cam Boozer. So, anyways, just naked side pick and pop with drop coverage is going to be open often. And Kohler made Duke pay in the first half with his three-point shooting.
For Jackson Kohler in Michigan State. But that's a beautiful two-man game. Jordan Scott able to whip the pass right around. Jackson Kohler doing the rest. Watch out defensively.
It's a big-time shot there for Darren Harris. Big-time shot. Duke needed it up to, first half, but for him to come off the bench and just make his guy pay for overhelping is just awesome. Just a hell of a shot. Nothing but net. Happy for Darren Harris.
That scares me. Oh, I bet it does. It really does. I bet it does. Well, that should scare me.
Here, just Malik Brown had a tough game. You know, it's my favorite player. Malik is. He had a tough game. He's switching with Caleb Foster right here, which I'm not really sure because, you know, they're not screening. It's just more of cut action. And you just see like they're lined up 4 across and there is no screen here. I think Malik thinks that he's about to get screened, but he takes – I don't know what he's doing because he's taking the cut to the basket. I guess Duke's trying to like do an X out basically where he's assuming since the guy's cutting to him, he's got him and Caleb Foster will go out on the perimeter. But really, you don't need to do that because just broke down coverage to let his shooter get wide open look, and he makes Duke pay the price.
Back into the game, Dame Sarr, number 7. He's dealing with Fears, who has the ball now. Beautiful screen and roll to Kohler.
Again, Kohler just carved up Duke in the first half. One-man show, Duke's blitzing the ball screen, but there's no backside help. So he leaves them wide open, just like it would have been in drop coverage, where Malik Brown is over aggressive on the pick and roll. And if he's like that, then some type of help on the back end has to drift that way to the shooter because Kohler has been awesome for Michigan State this year, shooting the ball and makes Duke pay. 3 threes in the first half, maybe even 4. He was big time on Saturday.
Obviously, but so many others. Boozer on the glass with his first bucket, right on cue.
And there's Cam's first bucket of the game. And then second half, I have it clipped up of how they go ISO. But yeah, quiet first half for Cams. Duke's still in the ball game regardless.
Well, you can't give Boozer working on Cooper. Classic. Unable to get it to go. There's still. Well, you can't give Boozer working on Cooper. Classic. Unable to get it to go. There's still time. Fears looking for help. And a block.
That's tough for Dame. Fears just going head on right here and runs right into your chest. That's tough. His hands are out. He's not trying to foul, and Fears does a good job of drawing contact and going to the line in the first half. But why I have this clipped up is on this missed shot, Gungba, like you just can't. Don't do this. Don't do this. Look, Duke has 8 fouls, and you're reaching right here for a low percentage chance to get an offensive rebound. They could have easily called that a tic-tac foul and say Dame doesn't foul there. Like, we would never know if Dame was going to foul there. You just can't make that type of play 90 feet away from the basket with 5 seconds left and your team is in the bonus. It's just, luckily for Duke, they didn't call that. And then unfortunately for Dame, he got called for a foul. But Duke, look, down 5 at the half. This was a back and forth game, and let's see the adjustments made. See the adjustments Duke made at halftime.
No double there, and he took
right away. Just great spacing for an ISO. Just pass to the big fella, clear out Caleb Foster, cut out Pat Gungba, play on the opposite dunker spot, which he does. And just as far as Cam Boozer is right here, as far as him and Caleb Foster are, Fears can't go help because Foster is at the top of the key. That Fears digs right here. I mean, he's giving up a wide open 3 to a guy that's shooting north of 40%. So he tries to stunt a little bit, but it doesn't affect Cam Boozer. And he's patient and gets to the rim. Just a really nice set for Duke to start the second half.
Same starting fives for both as we open the second. Almost a takeaway.
Second possession, second ISO. Again, good spacing. At first, I was like yelling at my screen for Nick to get out of there right there, where he passes it to Boozer, and he's like, oh, shit. Get out of there. Let him go to work. Then Isaiah, good job. They're letting the whole one side be all Cam Boozer. The farthest that Caleb Foster went to Cam Boozer last possession was at the top of the key. Farthest Isaiah Evans is going to be top of the key. And Pat Gungba is going to stay in the dunker spot. And then you got your shooter in the corner. And it leads to 2 free throws for Cam Boozer.
Cooper, he draws, has numbers. Kohler. That's almost a little bit too up top for him. He likes that angle to be a little more towards the corner. Yeah, the above the break 3. Yeah.
Can't shoot those. Can't shoot those. He had one against Florida where it wasn't a great shot. And this isn't a good shot either. It's a 2-point game, low scoring game. Every possession matters, and this is just kind of wasting a possession for Duke. And you look at Evan Brad stand up. He sees that Slim is about to pull up, and he's like, no, do not shoot that. And then it goes up. So just, not a good shot selection, something that needs to get better, but Slim's a big-time shot maker, as we'll see in this game as well in the second half. Just you can't give Michigan State a possession right there.
Handles himself on the floor, both with his explosive plays and his defensive mindset. You cut towards the basket, he's going to be in front of you. He's on Hemenia now, fighting through that pick from Boozer. Nice. Now he's caught with him, and Boozer.
Crazy that was not an and one. Good job by Duke just not panicking in this possession when Dame Sarr went down. And they had a reverse pivot to go back to this side. So Dame goes down. Malik Brown's like, okay, throw it back over here. Hand off to Foster. And then swing. Again, dribble handoff into a ball screen. And now what that does is Cam Boozer's working on his post up with Cohen Carr, and he has the position. Nick Minia sees that it's going to be that, throws it to Malik Brown. Malik Brown finds Cam Boozer underneath the basket. Should have been an and one. No call, but look, Duke had to fight some adversity and foul trouble this game. Cam Boozer did foul out, and just all the better of why this was such a big win.
Has 8. The lead is 1. Boozer just muscles his way in.
So Michigan State, they did the one thing I've said, like, if you want to slow down Cam Boozer, double him when he puts the ball on the floor. And they did that. And it was effective in the first half. Just the spacing wise. They couldn't do it much in the second half because Duke had such good spacing. Again, you see good spacing right here with Caden going to the other opposite slot. And the reason Fears goes. Cam puts the ball on the floor. Fears is going to trap or try and poke this away. And Cam does a really good job of understanding he can't spin back. Like, great feel to know that he can't spin back, but here comes the double team. So he just goes up with his left hand rather than normally you see Cam dribble with his left. He's going to spin back right for a little right hand hook. And also Fears is being this aggressive because his assignment is Caden Boozer, and Caden was 1 of 6 from the field, all of 3 from 3 in this game. So, Michigan State's not worried if Caden Boozer is going to catch and shoot this potentially. So they're going after Cam, but Cam does a really good job keeping the ball on his left the whole time and finishing strong.
Deep. Michigan State couldn't buy one. 45-40. Boozer with 7 of his 9, make it 9 of his 11.
So Duke really started getting some good stuff. They're down 5 here, and throughout the second half, they had really good looks with Isaiah setting the ball screen for Cam Boozer, and this is just like the action that they ran where he goes to the ball screen and shoots a 3, right? And here, Michigan State is not going to allow Isaiah Evans to ghost this ball screen. Look how his guy is guarding him. It's just staying attached to Isaiah to where there's no help, because if Isaiah's guy would show to Cam Boozer, that's a quick pass to Isaiah, and Isaiah has such a quick release that it's getting up. And Michigan State doesn't want that, so they're staying attached to the ball screen. With that being said, by doing that, if Isaiah makes contact on his screen, there is no help that allows Cam Boozer to get downhill. So Isaiah sets a good screen on Cam's guy. There is no hedge on the screen because they're worried about the shooter. So now here comes Cam Boozer straight downhill against help side. Nice little Euro, get out of my way, finger roll. Nice little possession for Duke.
Gungba and Isaiah Evans, the 5 on the floor for Duke. Go right back to it. Oh, yeah.
That was a big time shot stepping into that, but it happens quick here. But Duke's doing it again. Michigan State can't match up correctly, so Cam Boozer just steps into this 3. But look, Isaiah's coming to go set him a screen. He's coming over to set a screen, but nobody is stopping the ball. Cam Boozer, 1 dribble pull up, big time shot to tie the ball game.
First half kind of missed that shot a couple times. That time able to get it up over the outstretched arms of Gungba. 9th lead change of the afternoon. Amenia. Nice. Boozer on the glass.
Just so good at getting offensive rebounds. But again, similar action, different spot of the court now where Isaiah is going to go set the ball screen for Cam Boozer to have 2-man game. Again, if Isaiah's guy is going to just hedge a little bit, this turns into a slip screen, a pick and pop or slip and pop for Isaiah to catch in the corner and shoot the 3. But again, Michigan State, look how they're guarding Isaiah. They're kind of trying to give Cam a slight hedge to be that aggressive, but Scott is bluffing on this because he's holding Isaiah because he knows that he has to stay attached to the shooter at this time. Isaiah sets the ball screen. Scott knows that he can't leave the shooter. At least leads to a downhill take by Cam Boozer, and now the defense is off balance. Cam Boozer finds the shooter. Himinian misses it, even though it's a good look. Cam Boozer cleans up the rest. Again, that's what happens. That's what Isaiah Evans brings to the table, setting ball screens, being the pick guy, because they're end up going to be probably the best screens Duke has offensively because the opponents don't want to hedge off of him, because if you do, any spacing is going to lead to a shot attempt by Isaiah, and no defense wants that in the two-man game with Duke.
Feeding now for the rebound on a loose ball situation. 51-49. There you see the three-point shooting story. Kohler hit 2 big ones early. Has not been able to knock one down since. He's inside now, and there's the steal.
I mean, this zone defense absolutely toyed with Michigan State. They were so bad against this zone. Just nobody can shoot on that team outside of Kohler. Like Cohen Carr, if he could shoot just a tad, I mean, he would be an NBA prospect. But he's not looking to shoot any type of jumper, and you saw it. And that was such a bad turnover, and Duke got away with it.
Quick hands. Oh, what a fake by Evans.
Just good screen, same play, or similar play, same result in the first half, where Isaiah went around Malik Brown's screen, nothing was there, so he came back and had an open look. And here, Fears is trying to cheat under the handoff, which you don't want to do anyways with Isaiah. You want to go over the top, and he gets clipped, so he's on the floor. And then look, right when he's on the floor, Isaiah Evans wastes no time, big time shot, give Duke a 2-point lead.
57-55. 90 seconds left. Other than Scott, no one's confident from deep. There's a runner. And a beautiful block out by Cam Boozer.
And that's the shot clock is really going down. Not as comfortable behind the three-point line, and Fears that time took it amongst the trees to try to get that floater off. Another positive defensive possession by Duke.
A 3-ball and a foul.
What do they go to down the stretch? Good zone defense, gets the stop. Isaiah Evans setting the ball screen to Cam Boozer, slipping it and getting a shot up. Up 2, here he goes, slipping this. And look, Scott loses him. He had his hands on him, but he lost him. Isaiah is quick, man. He's quick on that damn court. Loses the shooter. Here comes Pat. Nice little wrinkle to set this screen to try and give Isaiah a cleaner look. But obviously, Michigan State goes by the screen. 2 guys are coming to contest, and 2 guys just clobber Isaiah Evans. Duke is now 3 for 3 in 3 big-time games running this set down the street, and a key moment and executing. Kansas at going into halftime, and then Florida game winner, and here Duke needs a bucket in a 1-possession game with a minute to go, and Isaiah gets 3 free throws, knocks all 3 down. Duke leads 60-55 at the time.
Boozer. A late dig. He has to give it up. Foster. Oh, the iron cut.
I'm just so over the moon for Caleb Foster. Just big moment after big moment in these ranked matchups. And again, going back, who's setting the screen for Cam Boozer? Isaiah. Slipping it. Michigan State does a better job of stopping the drive for Cam Boozer. Fears is coming to dig. Good awareness by Cam Boozer to pick it up and stop dribbling. Just leads to an open 3 by Caleb Foster, who has hit a big shot against Arkansas, and then had a huge steal against Boogie Flan where Boogie Flan dribbled off his foot, turned it over. That led to Duke winning against Florida. And now this 3 and 2 free throws at Michigan State. Just Caleb Foster playing his role exceptionally well and being a guy that has come up big in big moments for Duke this season.
One of his daughters or Mickey may be on my case now about that moment that I shared with you. Fears goes end to end, and that's it. Duke.
And 0 for 10 in a 6-point loss. Jeremy Fears, that's brutal, but hey, we'll give it to him. Just let him have it. Big time win for Duke. Michigan State is a really good team. They will make a lot of noise in the Big Ten with their defensive ability, their physicalness, their athleticism, and their timely shooting. No DJ Uchukwu highlights in this or lowlights. 4,008 minutes, like I tweeted. Who could have saw that coming? If you watched him last year with Miami, we'll see how good this Duke team can continue this. How good this Duke team, if Duke can continue this high leverage success rate that they've had in these wins. They play Lipscomb. Is it Lipscomb? At home Wednesday, Tuesday, sometime. It's exam. We're at the weird time where it's like one game in 10 days, and then they play Texas Tech December 20th is where I'm trying to go with this as I wrap this up. That'll be the next film breakdown is Duke, Texas Tech. And look, I'm over the moon for this Duke team. Just figuring out ways to win in different ways against ranked opponents, and you guys should be excited too. You have a number one guy. You have different guys stepping up at different times, and it's an exciting time to be a Duke basketball fan. This team is good. They're well coached, and they're tough out. And we're going to see it again when they play against Texas Tech December 20th, and I'll have you guys ready for a game film breakdown after the game. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.